So, Cieran, I'm going to ask you a strange question. Why is this my favorite poem?
Well, I think it's a lot of people's favorite poem. I mean, I don't think there's any really greater love poem in the English language than this, and it's an artist who's giving the most valuable thing that they have to a person, spreading it under their feet. They're giving everything to the person and begging them to please respect what they're giving because it's all they have. I mean, there's nothing like that. And the imagery of the idea of taking a cloth from heaven, heaven's cloth, and putting it under your feet and asking you to tread softly because it's them. There's nothing in the world like it.
Well, now I know. Now I know. But I want to, since I have you here, and I just want to talk about William Butler. You just revealed something to me just before that he was tone deaf.
He was tone deaf.
That's. I'm speechless.
It is. It's well, I suppose wasn't Beethoven deaf? I can't.
He was. He became deaf towards the end, but he heard for a very long time.
Yeah.
But tone deaf is different than being deaf. Tone deaf means he couldn't hear pitches.
Yeah.
And yet his poetry is so.
It's so lyric. I mean, it's one of the greatest lyricists in the English language. I would say William Butler Yeats, but he was very odd, and even his own readings of things were very strange, a lot of monotone, in his reading. So it was very interesting to listen to him.
What are some of your other favorite poems?
Well, a lot of them are Yeats.
Of
Yeats. I love Easter 1916. I loved When You're Old and Grey and Full of Sleep, Nodding by the Fire. I love that poem. I love The Lake Isle of Innisfree. I love Sailing to Byzantium. I love The Ballad of Father Gilligan. I could, a lot of poems. But Yeats is very much a part of my life.
And tell me, why are there so many great Irish poets?
Well, it can be a very long-winded answer to that, and maybe that's the reason why there's so many great Irish poets. I suppose the story that's often said is that it was a language that was taken, their own language was taken away from them, so that they took the English language and made it their own. And made it like no other, and it's also I think they're a nation of storytellers, and I think they embellish, and poetry is nothing if not embellishment.
Fantastic. Just do one more thing for us. If you'd look at the camera and say poetry.
Poetry.